What's up there, people? Huntersburg Riders here, and I'm gonna give you a quick little update on the home gym. Now, when I started this little journey, as you know from my previous videos, all I had was these two 25 plates. I had a curl bar. I had two 20-pound dumbbells. That's all I had. That was a few months ago when all this pandemic started. These are my concrete weights that came with the bench. I don't really like using these concrete weights. They just don't even really feel right. But I keep them, just in case of emergency, because my weight selection was real limited. As the weeks went by and the months went by, for some reason, all I can come across is 5 plate. I got 5s over here. I got 5s over here. I got stack of 5s here, stack of 5s there. I got a few little 2.5s right here, and on these handles. In 3 months, all I found was these 2 10s that I found at Walmart of all places, which is weird. For some reason, man, I was just 5s. That's all I had. I was working with it though. I was working with these 5 and working with these dumbbells. Between these 2 little handles, taking time switching it out, all I had was the 5s, man. I was working with the 5s. Well, the morning started out good already because I woke up in the morning, got online, and found 2 25 plates, which I ordered them, and they'll be shipped here in a couple days, which is rare to find anything online, let alone anybody willing to ship. Got them to go with the 2 25 plates I already have. I went to a sporting goods store. That's where I came across these. What? A 50-pound plate? That's crazy. I've never seen a 50-pound plate in the 3 or 4 months I've been looking for plate. I went to one store and they only had 1 of them. And then I told myself, well, I can't do nothing with 1. So then I drove all the way across town, but the one across town had the other one. So I was like, oh, I better grab that. So I grabbed that one and then rushed over to the other store across town again. I just left and went and got this other one. The real major score is what I found when I went to the last store. I couldn't believe it. Look at that. 10. They had so many 10s. So I was like, oh man, after 4 months of looking for 10s, they finally had them. So I bought 8 of them to round them out so I can have 10 10s all together. Yeah, it's working. The 50s are working. main problem with this setup, there's a few problems with this bench, but I'm not going to complain. At the time, it's what I could get. That's what was available. It's just not wide enough where the barbell's being held. Let's take a measurement here. From here to here is 26 inches. That's way too narrow. Because I don't have enough room right here, that makes pretty much every bench press I do really have to start off with a kind of a closer grip. It's a lot closer than I'm really comfortable with. I mean, it's not like this. This is extremely close. This is too close, and this is almost too far. That's just too wide right there. Really, right where these are is the sweet spot. And then last week, I was looking at it, and I was like, how can I push these two out the simplest way possible? You know, just try to do it the easiest way possible. And then it just came to me. This square tube right there is being basically held on by two bolts. Two bolts right here, two bolts right here. I wasn't trying to build a new bench from scratch. I just want to modify this bench. Just got back from the hardware store, and I think I got everything I need to make this little project work. These bolts and these nuts, they're too short for what I'm trying to do. I basically want to add these two 2-inch square tubing in between there to extend the legs. Went to the hardware store and picked these bad boys up. New bolt, new nut, 7 inches long. Okay, I'm getting real close, man. Definitely gotten wider. But now the problem is that little bar that was holding up the back of this, the backrest, that's how you recline and stuff. Now it's pretty much 4 inches short. But I have a solution to that, man. I did keep a couple things from my OG original weight bench I had back when I was a teenager. I kept that bar. This was my original bar. Of course, I have since bent the bar, using it for other purposes. But luckily I kept this bar because that bar fits perfectly in those holes. And it's a thicker, heavier bar than what this bench came with anyway, because that bar is hollow and this bar is solid. But it's a little long, so let me set it up in here and mark it to where I want to cut it at. Now that bar is actually going to do two things for me right now. It's going to help me line this up before I tighten everything down. Once I get everything tightened down, then I'll mark the bar and probably cut the bar off somewhere about right there. I don't need all that hanging outside there. Okay, it's coming together. It's looking pretty good. Got the 4 bolts all tightened down. It's solid. It's as solid as it was when I started. Got that level on there just to make sure everything stays even. I think that's good right there. One good heavy coat. I ain't trying to get too crazy. It ain't gotta be flawless. It's just a weight bench, you know. I just wanted to put a little bit of that black on there, so it just, you know, it doesn't look that much different than the poles next to it, because it was just like raw metal. It's all said and done, I ended up with 34 inches. Okay, here's the deal. I could have bought a new bench. I could have bought an Olympic bench. Man, the choices out there are limited. They're either going to be real cheap and really not any better than what I got here, just different dimensions, or they're going to be crazy expensive. I'm just not ready to sink the money into crazy expensive. If I'm going to spend a bunch of money, I'd like to have just a whole rack system. That way I could do bench, squat, and a whole bunch of other things. But that'll be in the near future. But for now, to get me by, I could have bought a real cheap Olympic bench for about 300 to 350 bucks. But what I did here, because I already had the scrap metal, and because I already had this bar, because I already had a little spray paint, all in all, I only spent $7.04. So, you know, 300 or $7.04. I don't know about you guys, but I got 3 old school classic cars I'm trying to build, so every nickel counts. I need all the money I can get. I just can't blow $300 in the wind when all I really needed was 4-inch and 8-inch, 2-inch extenders on each side. I think I have found the solution to my problem. I was going to build something, but after the time it took me to modify this bench, I decided there was a more simpler plan. So let me show you what I did to fix my problem of my feet not touching the ground and this bench being too tall. That was a quick little simple test, but this right here feels good. That way I can have my feet planted while I'm trying to bench, and I'm not standing on my tippy toes or I have my feet swinging. When I went and bought, like I said before, I was gonna build something, but I said, no, this would be cheaper. These cinder blocks are only $2 each, or like $1.50 each. So I didn't want to spend, I said, I'm gonna get that and try it out. I wasn't sure on the size, but these little shorter ones are perfect for me. I got some other ones over here. I got 2 different size cinder blocks. I got those over there just in case somebody shorter than me wants to use the bench.
No.
Hint, hint. All right, people, that's the end of this segment for now of modifying the bench. I do got a couple more things I want to do to it, but I'll show you that later. Shout out to my daughter holding the camera for me today. I don't know if you can see her in the reflection of the window.
Hi.
So hopefully I can get her out here to do some work with me. Okay, dead silence. Anyway, all right, people. I'm happy with the cinder blocks. It's a cheap little fix, $1.50 each. It beats me having to build something, and it's coming along. It's just a quick little update on the home gym build-up. Stay tuned, because there's much more to come.